What is going on YouTube? It is your boy Freaky Gaming coming at you with another Fallout 4 video. And in this Fallout 4 video, I'm going to show you how to make the perfect character build in my opinion. Now, this is a character build that I used in my previous videos where you guys have asked me plenty of questions like how do you climb levels so fast? How do you get so many bottle caps? How do you find so many materials? And I'm about to show you guys exactly that character build that I use. Now, the character build I use starts off with a 4 strength. And of course, we're going to go over the perks, and I'm going to show you guys exactly why I choose what I choose in this video in a couple of, well, probably within the next minute. And of course, if you guys don't like this character build that I'm about to do, you could go ahead and put everything to 4 so your character is perfectly balanced and equal. And of course, there's items, apparel out in the wasteland you could find to increase certain skills by 1. Now let's get into the character build I personally used. Now the character build I personally use in my other thing is agility of 3, then an intelligence of 4, a charisma of 4, an endurance of 3, a perception of 4, and a luck of 6. Now this is almost the same as my other video. However, I found that 6 luck sometimes is too high, so we put that down to a 5. And we could assign the point wherever we want from here. Now, if you guys want to focus on agility, obviously place it there. If you want to focus on intelligence, place it there. If you want to focus on charisma, place it here. If you want to focus on endurance, place it here. If you want to focus on perception, place it in perception. If you want to focus on strength, of course, obviously, put it on strength. So, let's say my main character build for this one is charisma. We're going to assign that to charisma, and we're going to obviously name our character, and I'm going to show you guys the perk tree and show you exactly why we chose what we chose. Alright guys, we are now at the perk chart, and now it is time to explain why I chose what I chose. Now let's start off with strength. Now in strength, I chose to give it a total of 4 because I needed to increase my, you need to unlock the armorer to create armor in the game, which is really one of the biggest main points in the game, and you also need it for the blacksmith, which also allows you to modify melee weapons in the game. And the armor one is probably the biggest part. Of course we could have done without blacksmith, but some people like to use melee weapons, and melee weapons are very powerful and do come in handy because they don't run out of ammo like weapons do, because I have found many times I have ran out of ammo for really good guns, and then all you have is like some small little gun and it really doesn't do much damage. So that's why it's always good to keep one melee weapon with you. And you could either choose between melee weapons here, you could choose to upgrade them here so they do more damage, or you could choose to use your fist. And using your fist is pretty good because it's quick, it's fast, and it is powerful once you get it upgraded just a little bit. And the melee is good because it is really good on damage, and if you upgrade Big Leaks perk, your guy will do major damage with, let's say he finds a super sledge or really any melee weapon, he'll do major damage with. Or you could choose to use your fist. Now this is just in case you run out of ammo, and of course mostly for the armorer smith, which allows you to basically modify your armor in the game. Now why we chose 4 on perception is because of pickpocket. Pickpocket is by far one of the greatest skills in the game. You could earn bottle caps easy from it. You could take weapons from people. There's actually one unique weapon that you have to pickpocket off somebody. There's a couple of really cool things that you could pickpocket off people. That's why you want to have pickpocket on, because if you want a set of armor and only one faction has it, and you can't kill that faction because it'll destroy your game, you could pickpocket from them, which is really cool as long as you have it all the way upgraded. And we also chose it to get our lock picking skill, locksmith, because we need to be able to pick locks throughout the wasteland, because there is really good stuff inside those vaults, especially if you're into the crafting system. There's like cloth, there's gold, there's silver, there's circuitry, there's bottle caps, there's ammunition and safes, which need to be unlocked using the locksmith perk, and that's why we chose that one. Now moving on to Endurance 3. The reason why we gave 3 to Endurance is to give ourselves the Life Giver perk so we could upgrade the Life Giver perk. Now the Life Giver perk gives you more health, which is really cool, and if you fully upgrade it, it slowly regenerates your health loss, which is really, really good. And it also gives us the Toughness perk, which allows us to do damage resistance, which means we don't die as fast and don't take as much damage, and I think that's a really, really, really good perk. Now moving on to why we put 5 in Charisma. That was so we could have the Lady Killer perk, which makes women easier to persuade in combat, or if you're a woman character, it makes males easier to persuade in dialogue, and this and the Lady Killer makes women easier to persuade in dialogue, and you do more damage, and if you're a female character, it's called Black Widow, I believe, and you do more damage to male characters, and it's easier to persuade them, because there are some key points in the game where you need to put persuasion. And you could, like, if you're doing a mission, you could ask for more bottle caps, and then when you successfully persuade them, it'll give you XP, and of course at the end of the quest, you'll get more bottle caps. And of course, Cap Collector, so we have better buying and selling prices at vendors, so we don't run out of bottle caps as fast, and we can make more bottle caps by selling stuff to vendors. Now, Lone Wanderer is personally what I use. I travel by myself, and it just increases my carry weight by a maximum of 100 if you upgrade it to 2. And the Lone Wanderer, if you upgrade it all the way, it allows you to do 25% more damage in combat. Of course, you have to be certain levels to upgrade these things. Now, the Local Leader perk is one of the main perks in the game that you need to build settlements. And I'm going to show you guys how to get that and how to get yourself one extra perk point to assign so you guys could use this perk for yourself. Now, the reason why we put 4 on Intelligence was so we could use Gun Nut and Hacker. Now, Gun Nut is to modify your weapons, and you can make extremely overpowered weapons that just destroy any enemy if you have Gun Nut and you have it all the way upgraded, and you have some science skill. It really helps out. I believe science is down here, but I'll show you guys how to get those in a second. Now, Hacker is one of course, the main things that you need in this game to hack terminals, to open doors, to get really good supplies and good loot and stuff like that. And now let's move over to Agility. The reason why we put 3 in Agility is to have Sneak on. Now, Sneak makes it harder for us to be detected. Now, some of you may not like to sneak, and that's okay, but what sneaking is good for is if you have no more stim packs, you can't heal yourself, you could literally run off, and if your sneak is high enough, you could crouch down and the enemy will stop engaging you. They'll just be like, oh, must have been the wind. And it's really good. And Commando is also a really good perk. It allows your automatic weapons to do 20% more damage, which I know a lot of people use automatic weapons. Automatic weapons are extremely powerful, and they do lots of damage really quickly. And if you upgrade this perk all the way, it just makes them do incredible damage. And of course, you have Gunslinger here. Non-automatic pistols do 20% more damage. So if you're somebody who likes to use a revolver, this is really good for you. And the most important thing about this character build is the luck. Now, luck has long been underestimated in all the Fallout games I have ever played. Now, the reason why we gave 5 to luck was so we could unlock Idiot Savant. Now, what Idiot Savant does is it randomly gives us 3 times XP from any action, which is really cool. It's totally random. Doesn't give it to you every time you earn XP, but 3 times XP on certain items. Let's say you do a quest. Now, about 1 in 3 quests I found in the main story that I did gave me 3 times XP with Idiot Savant on. Now, you could picture a 500 XP quest times 3 is 1,500. That is absolutely insane. That is so much XP. That's enough to level up twice if you are really low level. And if you upgrade Idiot Savant, it now gives you 5 times XP from any action. Anytime you gain XP, you have a chance of getting 5 times that XP if you upgrade Idiot Savant. And it is one of the best perks in the game, and it's how I level up so quickly, and how I reached level 100 within a week of the game's release. Now, let's move over here to Fortune Finder. Now, Fortune Finder is really good because it allows you to find more bottle caps and containers. And if you upgrade it to about a 3, you're finding bottle caps and everything. At least 10 bottle caps when you find them. You're finding 10 bottle caps. And this is by far one of the greatest perks in the game. Also, Scrounger, because you find more ammunition. Ammunition is very scarce in the game. If you don't glitch, if you don't use hacks, ammunition is really hard to come by. And that's why you want to use this perk, because it makes ammunition really easy to come by, especially when it is hard to find in this game. Now, Bloody Mess is a really good perk too, because it gives you a 5% damage bonus to any enemies that you kill, and they have a chance to explode into a billion pieces, which is really cool. And if you upgrade it again, it allows you to inflict 10% more damage. Upgrade it again, it allows you to inflict 15% more damage. And when you fully upgrade it, if an enemy explodes, a nearby enemy may suffer the same fate, and it's absolutely hilarious when you kill one enemy and the next one just blows up. Now, it is very easy to level up in the beginning, especially if you have Idiot Savant, because it does work really well, especially if it activates from time to time. Like, if you kill a 200 XP enemy, you guys could picture that you might level up about halfway, and you guys could go ahead and choose yourself the Scrapper perk and the Science perk. But for those of you who are like, I would like one more skill perk somewhere else, I'm going to show you guys how to get one more skill perk in the game. So let's get on out of here. Let's get on out of Vault 111, and I'll show you how you could pick up one more skill point in the game. Or one more special point in the game. Sorry, my correction. Alright guys, once you get out of Vault 111 in the beginning of the game, all you need to do is head on back to Sanctuary Hills, which is obviously not too far from Vault 111. So what you guys do once you get here, and just in case anybody missed it, Sanctuary Hills is right here on the map, right just below Vault 111. You shouldn't have missed it, but some people did, because some people took off that way and went exploring and just missed this area altogether. Now, once you guys are here, head on back to your old house. Codsworth will be in front of it. You'll know you're at your old house when you see this Grognak the Barbarian comic book. And go ahead and pick this up, because critical hits with unarmed and melee attacks permanently do 5% damage. And that is really good, especially if you are a melee character build. Now, to get your one extra special point, come on into this room here. Once you guys are in this baby room, all you need to do is crouch down and pick up this Your Special book. And it will ask you to pick the attribute to improve. It's going to give you one more point in that attribute. Let's say you want Charisma. Charisma is very good, especially if you want that local leader perk. So put that on there. And let's go into my perk chart here. And as you can see, I am still level 1, have not leveled up. And if I come on down to my Charisma, local leader is unlocked and I can use it. And Charisma is very good, again, to convince people to give you things for free, to give you discounts, to stop you from having to do a quest, to give you more bottle caps once you complete missions and stuff like that. Anyways guys, I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, please drop that like, comment, and subscribe. Really does help the channel grow. Anyways, I love each and every single one of you. I hope to see you guys right back here tomorrow. And remember, stay freaky.